So I saw this trick online. I have some Tiffany jewelry that needs to be polished. I have taken it into Tiffany's before, and even though online it says it's free, they charge me like 50 bucks and they had to send it somewhere to get it polished. And it took like a week or two, and I just had like a simple chain and a simple ring. So it's just a lot of time. And then the kit to buy it online is like something like 60 bucks. And then you have to pay for shipping just to get like a little cloth and like a little spray bottle of like cleaning gel. So I saw this trick online that is using foil, hot water, your jewelry obviously, and a little bit of salt and thyme. Now let me just show you this chain. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's a little tarnished. Not terrible, but it's missing its like big shine, right? It's not like very, here, let me see if I can do it this way. It's just not very shiny at all. So I'm going to attempt to clean it using this method. Then here's the ring. Again, not terrible, but it's just, you can just tell it's not as shiny as it should be. And my ring has like a slightly yellow tint to it. So let's get this hack going. I have had the ring since high school. So like 20 years ago. I graduated graduated high school in 06. I got this in 06. Then this I got like 2018 or something like that. So again, you just need some tender love. So I got the foil, I got the bowl. So I'm gonna put the foil on the bowl and then get the hot water and let's watch the magic, shall we? Let me just point the camera this way. Okay. So it's supposed to create like some sort of chemical reaction, and your jewelry has to be touching the foil. So bada bing, here's the ring. Here's this. Let me get some baking powder from the kitchen. Be right back. And by the way, I have to look up, is it baking powder or baking soda? I think this makes a difference, obviously. So hang on. So it's definitely baking soda, not baking powder. So we're not baking cupcakes, we're cleaning jewelry. So baking powder. Let me get a measuring spoon, some water. So it says to use boiling water. My kitchen sink water gets pretty hot, so I'm just gonna use that because the boiling water kind of freaks me out. So I'm gonna just kind of eyeball this. Obviously we're not baking anything, doesn't have to be exact, but I do have a half a tablespoon here. I'm gonna lightly measure while I pour in the bowl. I can't speak. Okay, so definitely not measuring with any sort of science. And then there's an option to put salt. Again, I don't know yeah, we're just gonna go in there. So we got pure baking soda. And then here goes the hot kitchen water. Fully submerged. And it says to give it about 5 minutes, so let's see what happens. I am gonna sprinkle a little salt in there because I saw online it's like an option to do that. So let's put a little salt in there, whatever that does. Make sure everything's touching the foil. I feel like I'm back in chemistry class, so I'm just gonna, I think I'm doing this the wrong way, but whatever. A little bit of salt, baking, mixy. Again, we're not using harsh chemicals, so I'm kind of like not as worried about this. So let's set a timer and come back. Okay, it's been 7 minutes. Let's take a look. I'm just putting out like a basic paper towel. I feel like if I put my finger in here, it's gonna like melt off. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, the water's still pretty warm. Just wipey. a little bit, dab, dab, dab. And honestly, it did come out a little more shiny. And I don't know if that's like placebo effect because it's wet, but it does look less grimy and more silvery. I'm wondering if I actually did the boiling water instead of the like sink hot water, it would have made a difference. I will say that my ring looks 10 times better. The necklace I'm a little confused about, but the ring, take a look at this little guy. That's way more shiny. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Can you see how much more shiny that is? I'll do like a before and after, but I'm convinced that it works. Because this again had like a yellow tint to it, and now it looks very clear, very shiny. I'm gonna try to do it with boiling water next time. I don't want to do it twice in a row, but again, the necklace is a little bit more hard to tell for me, and it's just a chain. You know, I wouldn't do this if it had like any stones on it or any sort of like embellishments. The fact that these are just like solid, solid silver is my recommendation if you were to do this again. Yeah, the fact that the ring did it, I'm convinced that the necklace did it. It's just harder to tell. But it does look nice. It does look shiny. Again, maybe I would do it with boiling water next time, but I think this is a good hack. And by the way, this saves you like the $60 to buying the kit or taking it into Tiffany itself. And and this is like I feel like these are like non-harsh ingredients, right? It's baking soda and water and salt. It's not like a chemical compound or anything that I would be worried that like will harm my jewelry. So I can confirm this hack works, and I would do it again.